welcome everybody. My name is Marilee Burnett and I am back with this week's tarot messages, which kick off Memorial Day, Monday, May 27th. And of course, if you've been following me, you know the drill here. We will talk about each of the signs, starting with Aries and of course ending with Pisces. But if you're new to my channel, please consider clicking on that subscribe button below and sharing my work, and of course going to my website and subscribing there as well, so that you have easy access to all the free resources that I have out there that of course include astrology as well as hypnosis. So I have taken a unique approach to combining the energy of astrology and hypnosis that you may not see anywhere else out there. So be sure to take a look at my hypnosis videos if you want to delve deeper into the energy out there. I also, of course, have all of my written materials available for the months of June and July, which include the new moon and full moon forecasts as well. So welcome. With that, we're going to dig in and look at the messages for all the signs. And if you want to have a more personalized message or reading, of course, you can visit my website and click on special offers for a discount rate for doing just that. All right, this is an interesting week ahead where we have lots of conversations with planets in the sky, lots of shifts, and the whole week we'll see Venus getting closer and closer to the sun, which means Venus is about to go through a rebirth process. And this time that rebirth happens in the sign of Gemini. So this is a time for love, to be reborn, things about beauty, women, and their power to be reborn. So look for big shifts, but you'll see that energy building all week long. And so we'll see what the cards have to say for that event as well. And then we'll see if love shows up in the cards. Now be sure and watch the messages for both your sun, moon, and your rising sign. Now your rising sign is what we see most often show up in our physical world. The moon is our emotional experiences. The sun is the ego self. And so it just depends on how strongly your ego guides you, which one shows up more prominently. Is it your rising sign or is it your sun sign? So play with these. Take notes, come back and watch the videos again in review of the week that you had last week, for instance, and see how spot on the messages were for you. So with that, let us get started with the sign of Aries. So I will flip this around and get us started. So Aries energy is focused on the Queen of Swords. So that means you have a very logical woman this week that you are interacting with. And if it's not a woman, it's somebody who has very strong feminine energy. And her point of showing up is to get you out of your emotional self, Aries, and instead get more logical with probably some kind of a decision that you need to be making this week. So this is a great person that can help you be grounded, help you detach from the feelings about the decision that you need to make, and instead guide you in a way that's just clear, it's concise, it's direct, and it's exactly what you need to hear this week. Now the court cards carry the energy of the number 1. So that means whatever you are hearing from this Queen of Swords person in your life, they are helping you start something new. All right, if you want to join with the energy, you want to drop a sword, use the emoji, and get that information coming in so that new beginning can show up for you. Next, we have Taurus. All right, Taurus, another court card, and this one is the Queen of Wands. So this is that fiery, passionate energy that is everything to do with love and passion, right? We're seeing things to do possibly with Aries. We've got Mars energy, of course, the color red. So this woman or feminine energy that you're interacting with is somebody that helps like light a fire within for you. Maybe introduces you to something that you're going to feel strongly attached to and very passionate about. Maybe this is somebody who introduces you to a love interest. Maybe this is your love interest. So you want to listen, right? The Queen of Wands, if this person is lighting a fire and showing you something that you will feel very strongly attached to and passionate about, you are the one that has to follow through, right? You have to take action. You have to follow where this energy is going to lead you. So again, it's a queen, it's a court card, it's the energy of the one. So this person introduces you to something that is brand new and offers you a new opportunity, obviously going forward, but you have to follow through. So if you want to connect to this energy, drop the flame, wear the color red, get your own internal fire going. This is a good week for working out for you, Taurus. And let's see what you can create. All right, up next we have Gemini. Gemini, this is the Two of Cups. So this is a beautiful card that could suggest that you are meeting a soulmate lover this week. So we talked about love in the intro and how that's a big possibility for you this week. Also for you, Gemini, you have Jupiter, Venus, and the Sun all in your sign right now. So this is big, huge growth opportunities for you. You are meant to be very successful. Venus can bring you love. Venus can bring you money. The Sun brings you success. Jupiter is going to bring you growth. And Jupiter is going to be here for the whole year. So you have a lot of growth opportunities this week, and it's moving forward until October before you have to think about where you're at, what you're doing, and what you need to refine. So take advantage of that. And that could mean that this really is a very important relationship that starts this week for you, and one that provides you with success. So whether it's work or love, this is something long-term for you, and soulmates can be our friends. They can just be a part of our soul family, or they can literally be the one. So keep me posted on that. Drop a lot of heart emojis if you're hoping to have that once in a lifetime kind of love that is very long lasting, and definitely keep me posted, Geminis. And next we have Cancer. All right, Cancers, you have the Eight of Swords, and that means that you have been way too much in your head lately. And I like how the word on this card, if you can read it, it says imprisonment. But this is a prison cell that you've created for yourself. You're not stuck, you're not trapped. You're creating your own prison, and you're literally creating it in your own head. So the good news with that means you can change it, right? You own it. You have the power to change what you are doing to yourself, how you're torturing yourself, and how you're just stressing yourself out. So don't do that, right? The swords are our thoughts. So we don't want to be stuck in our head, right? Cancer is an emotional energy, and you need to remember that and trust your intuition, drop the fear, and get back to yourself, right? So connecting with the water energy for you this week will be very helpful, and the water can wash away the swords that you're surrounding yourself with and release you from this mental prison that you are creating. Now that number 8 is about strength and leadership. So you absolutely have the power to change your current situation, and you can change it pretty easily. So maybe you want to drop a stop sign and a sword, right? I'm going to stop doing this to myself so that you can break free and welcome in, the love energy that is available to you. Now, it's interesting, right? When you have the sun in Gemini, that is energy that is in your 12th house, which is your subconscious mind. So if you're not even aware of what you're doing to yourself, you need to spend some time maybe doing one of my hypnosis sessions out there to clear the cobwebs and set yourself free. All right. Up next, we have Leo. All right, Leos, you have our first major arcana card, which is the Empress. And the Empress is all about being creative, giving birth to something new, and to showcasing your creative gifts, right? So, what is it that you feel inspired to do? What have you been holding back on? The nice thing about the energy of Gemini being highlighted by so many planets this week with the sun and Venus and Jupiter is it can open our mind. It can show us a different perspective. It can teach us something new. It shines a light on communication, writing, learning from others. So open yourself up to that. I think you're already a very creative sign, so this will just inspire you even more. And that number 3 is energy that's connected to the creator, right? So this is whatever you receive this week, don't downplay it, right? Jot it down, even if you aren't ready to take action on it. And maybe it's something that you'll come back to, but the download that you get and the inspiration is really important. So definitely take advantage of that this week. Maybe you want to drop a paintbrush or a writing pen as your emoji, to connect and call this energy in for you. And next we have Virgos. Another court card. Seems like there's a lot of people that are interacting with the signs this week. And you Virgos have the King of Swords. So this is a very masculine energy. The King of Swords is somebody who is very logical, not the most emotional person, but they are somebody, again, that maybe they could offer you a job. Maybe this is a person you meet that you would end up dating. They would be some kind of an air sign. Here, this is showing the King of Swords is connected to the sign of Aquarius, potentially. But of course, we also have Gemini, we have Libra. Those are the other air signs. But this is somebody who, again, helps you get very logical about a decision that you need to make. So whatever it is, if it is causing you some kind of emotional upheaval, this person comes in to give you the advice that you need in order to move on from whatever this decision is and do it in a way that is more thoughtful than emotional. And again, if this is somebody that you meet to date, just know that they're going to be somebody that expresses themselves in a more controlled way. Doesn't mean they don't have feelings, but it may take a little bit more time to get to know them emotionally, but your conversations would be fabulous. So again, it's a court card. It's the energy of the one. So this person will help inspire some type of new beginning for you as well, Virgos. So your swords that you drop, maybe drop it with something else of what you want out of the conversation or the connection that you're going to make with this person this week. All right, Virgos, keep me posted. Next, we have Libra. All right, Libras, you have the One of Pentacles, often, of course, referred to as the Ace of Pentacles. And this is a new financial beginning for you, right? This is a new job opportunity. It's anything that would increase your financial income. So if you're not working and you're retired, it's whatever you consider to be abundance for you. But it is either a new job, a new type of work that you would do at a current job, new responsibilities. And with that new responsibility should come a potential increase in your income as well. So this is a great time to pursue new things, get your applications out there if you're trying to find a new job, and just be open, because this little angel is going to hand you the opportunity, but your hands need to be open and you need to be willing to accept it. So wearing the color green this week can help you connect to this energy. Of course, it's the number 1, so it is bringing another new beginning, which I've seen several times already, and we're only halfway through the cards and the signs this week. So something about this week for all of us feels very new, and of course that can be very much about the influence of Jupiter going into the sign of Gemini and opening up new opportunities for all of us. So drop some money, dollars, coins, whatever you want as far as your emojis go, and welcome this new opportunity in Libras, and keep me posted. Next we have Scorpio. All right, Scorpio, you have the 4 of Pentacles. And when we see the 4 of Pentacles, we're feeling a little too guarded with our finances. Now, this card says greed, but I also see this show up when people are having fear connected to and associated with the money that you make. So you need to take a look at where you're at. It's a good time to restructure your finances. So instead of being fearful, create a budget, create a plan. Sometimes we put things off, like doing our taxes, because we're so afraid of how bad it's going to be. And then you do it and it's not nearly as bad as you expected, right? So whatever the fear is that is attached to finances for you this week, it's time to break out of that. And you can go so far as doing something simple like making a small making a small donation to somebody or some cause, sharing your wealth with others, and doing it fearlessly, because when we do that, we actually receive more back. So that number 4, it can help you create stronger structure and foundation, but don't let it create a prison for you as far as your wealth and abundance is concerned, Scorpios. Now, I would suggest dropping again coins or cash in these emojis, maybe a rainbow, just create some happiness, maybe the sun, to again just invite wealth in a way that is positive and happy and hopeful. Next we have Sagittarius. All right, Sagittarius, they call it the hanging one in this deck, which is also known as the Hanged Man. And it is a time where we are going to reflect and gain some type of new perspective. So there is likely a big life-changing event that is coming up for you, and you're going to need to spend some time quietly letting the answers come to you instead of trying to force them to happen. So for some, I'm seeing pregnancy. For some, I'm seeing a gamble or a risk that you may need to take. This is the number 3, which is about our creator. And again, thinking about the Empress and giving birth to something new that comes with that number 3 energy as well. And of course, this is a major arcana. So whatever this is for you, Sagittarius, it's big. It is life-changing, and it is meant to make you think. And that always is a good challenge for you, because I know you feel like you know it all, but we don't. And there is something important for you to learn this week, and take yourself to places you didn't expect you would ever go before. So it's really exciting. So what are you wanting to connect with? What is this? I would drop something like a question mark, right? To invite in this opportunity to think about something in a new and different perspective. and definitely let me know what comes up for you. Next we have Capricorn. Capricorn, you have the Knight of Swords. So this is information from somebody, right? The knights charge in. They're here to protect and fight for you. So this person who comes in with information really quickly that could shock you. It could surprise you. It could make you pause and think about whatever this is. Or this could just be somebody that you meet this week that is really engaging. But keep in mind, the knights, they don't necessarily stick around for a long time. So usually their impact is pretty quick, pretty fast. But the information that they provide for you, right, can be very useful, right? It's something that you can use to defend yourself. It is something that you need to know this week. So don't try to ignore it. Don't try to downplay it. Especially if it comes in really fast and unexpectedly, then you know that came in from this Knight of Swords. And it can change your direction, right? It's this air energy. So it will move something forward in your life pretty quickly. Be sure you're open to receiving the information and then don't shoot the messenger because that's their job. Now, this is another court card, so it's another energy of the number 1, which we have seen a lot. So we're ready for some new beginnings this week. So where do you want a new beginning? I would drop the sword and then drop whatever it is that you're wanting information about as far as an emoji goes to connect with the energy this week, Capricorn, and keep me posted. Up next, we have Aquarius. Aquarius, you have the moon. So we have another major arcana card. And the moon is our intuition, it's our feelings, it's our emotions. It can bring things to fullness. It can bring endings. It can hide things. When it's dark at the new moon, it can show us things at the full moon. So there is something that needs to be brought into the light at this time. And when it is, then you know what your next steps are and you'll know them very intuitively. Now, this is the number 9. So that says to me that this is something that you've been unaware of. And when you learn what it is, it will bring something to closure for you this week. And of course, once we have the endings, then those new beginnings can come in for us as well. So be prepared for a bit of an emotional week for you. But as a result of that, then you have this opportunity for something to come, to completion and fullness for you. Now, it doesn't have to be a bad thing, right? Sometimes we just have a process that we're about to go through and we learn everything that we need to know about it. And as a result, right, we may have a goal that we're achieving as well. But you're only going to get there if you're willing to see the truth of the situation in front of you. So it is a big week. It is a major arcana card and the moon is very emotional. So drop the moon as your emoji. Be sure you connect into your feelings and your intuition this week. You got to get out of your head, Aquarius, which I know you're really good at being stuck up there, and be real with yourself this week. And then definitely keep me posted on what shows up for you. Last but never least, we have Pisces. All right, Pisces, you have the 8 of Wands. So this is energy that is really swift and fast, and it means you're moving on from something in a really big way, or your life is moving forward very, very quickly as well. Now, this card says that there is a message, there is information that comes in for you this week. And maybe it is something that you hear at a party. I know of a Pisces in particular whose mother-in-law makes cupcakes. And so I'm looking at this card thinking, maybe there is something that you learned from your family member this week, and that information causes you to move something forward in your life in a big, big way. So it'll, whatever it is, whatever's coming in, whatever the message is, you are going to experience some big change very, very quickly. Now, the 8 energy, of course, is the energy of strength and leadership. So it could, for some, have something to do with the work that you do as well. So I'm definitely going to be very curious about what this energy says for you Pisces out there this week. So definitely keep me posted. All right, guys. I would say that this is a very, very interesting week with so many new beginnings possible for everybody. That's pretty exciting. Now, you can make sure you tune in later in the day as well for my astro lesson, or whenever you're listening to this, of course, and see all the details where I break down the week ahead day by day. And I'll talk more about that Jupiter energy in Gemini and the Sun and Venus and the rebirth of Venus. All those things that I mentioned here, I'll talk about it in much more detail in that astro lesson. And of course, you can always go to my website to find that link, or just directly out to my YouTube channel where I have both things available to you. So thanks so much for spending some time with me today. I look forward to hearing how your weeks go. I'd love your comments, so please drop those down below. I will put the timestamps out there so that you can quickly go to your sign if you want to do it that way. And come back and let me know how the week went next week as we come together again. All right, everybody, thanks so much. I hope you have an amazing week ahead. Happy Memorial Day. Thank you to those who have served and given their life for our country and our freedom. We truly appreciate you. Have a great day, guys. And I hope you have an amazing week ahead. Go check out the Astro lesson also on my YouTube channel to see the full week broken down day by day. Take care.